Today, I'm going to be breaking down the exact jewelry products that people are actually buying right now, and which ones are worth testing going into this new year of 2026. We're moving fast, and we're going to be breaking this down into a few clear sections so you can follow along and easily steal the products that actually make sense for you. Let's just jump straight into it with product block number 1. And this is going to be the minimalist necklaces. These are simple, everyday pieces that people wear with pretty much almost anything, which is exactly why they sell so consistently online. Now, customers don't need a special occasion to justify buying even just one of these. It's an easy, this would look pretty good with my outfits type of product. Now, from a selling standpoint, minimalist necklaces are lightweight, they're easy to ship, and they're very forgiving when it comes to branding. You don't need an overcomplicated product page or aggressive marketing. What you need is clean visuals, a simple copy, and lifestyle content, and that usually performs way better than anything else. Speaking of which, product number 2 is small hoop earrings. This is one of those products that just works because of familiarity. That was kind of hard to say. Almost everyone has owned a pair of these at some point, which really lowers the resistance when they see it online. Look, it's really simple. Customers already understand the product. It's a simple product, so you're not fighting any sort of skepticism. They also work extremely well with bundles or variations. Things like different sizes, different finishes, or multi-pack give you flexibility without changing the core product. Now, that makes them great for testing different price points pretty quickly. Now, if you want access to all of these different products I'm talking about in today's video in an easy to reference cheat sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag jewelry dropshipping and let me know which one of these products was your favorite. When I see that you went ahead and did that, I'll reply back with a link to the sheet. All right, moving on to product number 3, we have stackable rings. Now, what makes these really powerful is that people almost never buy just one, and that's why they're called stackables, because when people stack different jewelry products, that's what they're doing, they're stacking them. Once they like the style, they start imagining different combinations, which is naturally going to push them to add more to the cart. Visually, stackable rings are also very strong. You can show multiple styles in one hand, which makes ads and product images feel fuller and more premium, even if the product itself is an inexpensive product. Now, going into product number 4, we have birth flower necklaces. These sell because they're emotional. They're tied to birthdays, identity, and gifting, which makes people willing to pay more compared to generic jewelry. Even though the product itself is simple, the meaning behind it does the selling for you. And that's huge because emotional products don't need heavy discounts or aggressive ads to convert, and jewelry can be a very emotional purchase. All right, quick pause. If you want more breakdowns like this where I focus on products that you can actually sell without wasting time on a bunch of fluff, then just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you see a little hype feature, just go ahead and click on that as well. We're moving on to product block number 2, which is going to be trendy and social products or jewelry products. And to start, we're starting off with the Zodiac layered necklaces. Now, these are a very strong option. Astrology-based jewelry has been selling online for years, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. People love wearing things that reflect their personality, or some people just make it their overall identity. And zodiac signs do that instantly. Layered sets also increase perceived value, and instead of selling just one necklace, you're selling a set, which feels a lot more premium if your sourcing cost really doesn't change much. All right, moving on to product number 6, we have ear cuff chains. Now, these have been performing well because they don't require piercings, which immediately removes a huge barrier for buyers and instantly expands your customer base. Now, they're also extremely visual. Short clips showing how they sit on the ear tend to perform pretty well on TikTok and on Instagram, which makes them ideal for organic traffic. Now, speaking of ear cuffs, product number 7 is a bit more niched or specific, and it's going to be butterfly ear cuffs. This style keeps cycling back into fashion, especially with younger buyers. It's aesthetic, it's lightweight, and it works perfectly with outfit-based content. The biggest advantage here is how well it fits current visual trends. If it looks good on camera, it's going to sell a lot better. And this product checks that box super easily, which leads us to product number 8, chunky resin rings. They lean more into the bold Y2K inspired aesthetics that still performs really well online, especially today. They stand out immediately when someone scrolls past an ad or video. They're also cheap to source, which gives you room to test pricing and creatives without risking really much anything upfront. Now, quick pro tip for sourcing these products. For fashion style jewelry like this that doesn't look generic, suppliers like J. Gooden are a solid choice to source from. And if you're actually planning to test any of these instead of just watching these videos, AutoDS makes this a lot easier for you. You can import products, automate pricing, and fulfill orders automatically. And you can try it right now for just $1. I'll leave the link down in the description for you to check out. All right, let's move on to product block number 3, which is going to be higher value products. And starting with product number 9, we're going into mood necklaces. Now, these work because curiosity sells. And not just that, but they also kind of take it back to the mood rings from back in, I don't know, the early 90s or the early 2000s. And not just that, but color-changing products pretty much instantly grab attention, which helps with click-through rates and with engagement as well. Even when customers don't fully understand how they work, that curiosity alone is enough to drive purchases, especially for impulse buyers. Now, moving on to product number 10, we have sterling silver rings. These are higher perceived value jewelry. Silver instantly feels a lot more legit to customers. They trust it more, they're more comfortable spending money on it, and returns for a product like this typically tend to be lower. It's also seen as a type of investment piece. This is a good option if you want to move slightly away from like that cheap jewelry and build a more premium looking store. Now, moving on to product number 11, right along with that are sterling silver bracelets. These work extremely well as gifts and pair very nicely with rings or necklaces for bundles. Bundling silver jewelry is really one of the easiest ways to increase order value without increasing on your ad spend, if you're spending or if you're running ads. Now, moving on to product number 12. Another strong option is silver charm bracelets. What makes these powerful is that they feel personal without really being fully custom. Customers attach meaning to each charm, which increases emotional attachment to the product. As a quick tip, for cleaner silver pieces, suppliers like Silverbean tend to stand out. Just a little extra tip for you. Which now leads us to product block number 4, gifts. Personalized name necklaces are a huge emotional purchase. People buy them for themselves, for partners, and for gifts, and personalization is almost always justifying the higher price point. They also tend to perform pretty well year-round, not just during the holidays. Next up, our product number 14. Another strong option is going to be romantic necklace gift sets. When jewelry already comes with packaging, it instantly feels premium and really gift ready. That itself just removes the friction at checkout because customers don't have to think about the presentation or wrapping it or just making it look nice. Now, product number 15, the couple's jewelry sets. These tap directly into relationships and emotions, which makes them super easy to market around anniversaries, holidays, and special occasions. Those are some of the best jewelry products that you can realistically start to test going into 2026. Let me know down in the comments which one of these you'd test first. And if you want more product breakdowns like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like. And with that, my name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch you all next time.